Greetings, fellow detectives. Wizard Kitten here, bringing you a new Nancy Drew analysis video. Today's video is brought to you by the patrons over at Mystique Manor and by all the official fellow detective channel members. If you too would like to support the channel and gain access to exclusive features, check out patreon.com/wizardkitten to become a patron, or click join next to the subscribe button to become an official fellow detective. This year's summer streamathon is well underway, and I must say that I am having a great time playing as Academia Nancy. Academia Nancy is all about celebrating all the things that we learn from the Nancy Drew games, while trying to uncover every clue and Easter egg, solve the mystery in a logical, methodical manner, and enjoy both dark and light academia aesthetics. To celebrate all the fun I'm having with this theme, I'm going to use a recommendation from chat today and rank what is probably the most academic location type in the Nancy Drew series, the libraries. Libraries have always been one of my favorite locations in the Nancy Drew series. I love books and libraries in real life and have so many fond memories of visiting the local library growing up. My school library is also where I first discovered the Nancy Drew books. I first found them in middle school and devoured the original series voraciously from start to finish. Beyond the nostalgia, libraries are also visually gorgeous places, especially in mysteries. The books, the warm lighting, the wood tones, they're just a very romantic, mysterious, and lovely place to be. So in the Nancy Drew series, what constitutes a library? In my opinion, to be considered a library, the room must have multiple bookshelves, and the primary purpose of that room should be housing and displaying books. The room can have other purposes as well, though. For example, it can function as an office or a location for displaying art, but books have to be at least one of the main purposes. The Nancy Drew libraries are going to be incredibly difficult to rank because, honestly, they're all pretty wonderful. To help separate my top 5, I will be looking at 3 primary categories. First, function. Can we look at books in the library, and do said books help us solve the mystery, provide crucial context, or give us an important clue? Is the library useful for other purposes, such as interacting with a character? Second, vibe. Does the library have a stunning design and specific vibe? How strong is the atmosphere? How visually appealing is the artistry of the space? Third, X factor. Does the library include something secret that makes it extra compelling or important? And now, with our criteria in mind, let's get to ranking. Number 5, Curse of Blackmore Manor, Blackmore Manor Library. The library at Blackmore Manor is distinctly eerie, with cold lighting, a greenish glow, and harsher textures, like stone. The books are ancient, dating back centuries, and are likely incredibly fascinating and valuable. Even though we don't get to look inside them, admiring their gorgeous bindings is thrilling. The decoration and lighting of the Blackmore Library are definitely its strongest points, but beyond that, this library isn't all that functional. We can talk to Nigel, manipulate the Mercury statue, and solve Alan Penvillen's computer puzzle, but the rest of the library is mostly just for show. It also doesn't have any X factor or secret elements, so while I love it for its medieval flair, it has to go at the bottom of this list. Number 4, Legend of the Crystal Skull, Bruno Beaulay's personal library. Bruno Beaulay's library is dark, eclectic, and cluttered. The books and decorations feel deeply personal, and each element tells the story of a brilliant, eccentric man. The vibes of this library are definitely enhanced by the candlelight, necessitated by the thunderstorm which caused the house to lose power. Standing in the nighttime candlelit library while rain patters outside is deeply atmospheric, and I love it. This library is also extremely functional. It has dozens of necessary clues for solving Bruno's mystery, including a useful book written by Professor Hotchkiss about the crystal skulls, and it's where we can talk to Henry. It doesn't have any X factor, and it's no more unique than the rest of Blackmore Manor, so it's a step above Blackmore, but not quite the best of the best. Number 3, Warnings at Waverly Academy, Ramsey Hall Library. The Ramsey Hall Library is the largest on this list and receives high marks for vibe and atmosphere. Walking into the library is like walking into a dream. 2-story walls covered shelf to shelf with books, ladders, balconies, large windows, glass display cases, warm mood lighting. It's gorgeous, and definitely where I would spend a ton of time were I a student at Waverly. But for all its strengths, it's not all that functional. We can look at a handful of books, use the computer, find some clues, and talk with Izzy. But given just how many books there are in this library, it's a real shame that we couldn't explore more of it. It also doesn't have any X factor, so while I adore its vibes, it's a middle-of-the-road library for this list. Number 2, Message in a Haunted Mansion, Golden Gardenia Library. The top 2 libraries on this list are some of the best locations in the entire Nancy Drew series, let alone the best libraries. The library at the Golden Gardenia is deeply cozy and atmospheric. The moment you walk in, you're surrounded on all sides by warm wood shelves stacked to the ceiling with books. The room also boasts a stunning fireplace, large wooden desk, and even a game spot with mahjong tiles. It's extremely functional, including several books that provide Nancy with crucial information for solving the case, the opportunity to talk to Lewis and use his computer, and several of the Chinese characters that are required for solving the mystery. But that's not all, because this is the first library on this list with some X factor. When Nancy finds 5 ceramic tiles and places them just so in the fireplace, she can pull down on one of the stylized handles and reveal a secret room. This secret room is so creepy and allows Nancy to spy on the library. It's highly functional, spooky and gorgeous all at once, and a highly memorable space with oodles of charm. But even the Golden Gardenia Library can't compete with the top-ranked library on this list. Number 1, Treasure in the Royal Tower, Wickford Castle Library. This library is absolute perfection. First, it's incredibly functional. The library is riddled with clues, and we can admire several books within the space. Nancy certainly couldn't solve the mystery without the clues that she finds in the library. But despite its high marks, the library's vibe and X factor blow even the high functionality out of the water. The Wickford Castle Library is dark, dusty, and ancient. It's crammed with eclectic artifacts, old books, and disintegrating textures. It feels forbidden at the same time that it feels welcoming. And it even has 2 X factors. First, the fact that there was a crime in the library that initiated the whole mystery, and that Nancy has to find a special secret way to enter the library. Second, that there is a secret room attached to the library that is perhaps the coolest secret room in the whole series. Ezra Wickford's secret space has dozens of personal effects that shed light on the present-day mystery, introduce one of the best subplots in the whole series, and includes a moment that still gives me goosebumps to this day. When Nancy lights the candle and it melts down to reveal the key while the music shifts to a mysterious and mournful melody, shivers. This library is perfect. But what do you think, fellow detectives? Which Nancy Drew library is your favorite? Do you enjoy libraries in real life? Are there any in-game libraries that you think should have made this list but didn't? Let a Wizard Kitten know in the comment section down below. If you really enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button or tipping me for the video with a super thanks next to the download button right beneath the video. If you would like to come join a fantastic group of fellow detectives at Mystique Manor as a patron for the channel, gain access to exclusive content, and support the making of more content like this, please check out patreon.com/wizardkitten. I also have channel memberships with exclusive badges and emojis to use during streams and in the comment section. If you'd like to support the channel by becoming an official fellow detective, click join next to the subscribe button. Please feel free to follow the channel on Instagram or Discord, linked in the description box down below. And as always, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Nancy Drew and Cozy Game content. Thank you so much for watching, fellow detectives. I will see you soon.